Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your 10 o'clock Quizlet live nail diseases and disorders with me, Kimberly. I tried to start one, but somehow my connection got lost. So I'm on a new one now. So hopefully you guys will find me. Yes, there you guys are. Good morning, Monica, Margara, Cord Edwards. Good morning, Cord. McKenna Klecka, Lauren Baldwin. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Olivia. Hey, Jennifer Orr, Brenna Womack, Zuli Princess. Hey, JoJo. Connie Ramos, Maribela Hernandez, Allison Cypress, Joelle Askelson, Alexis McDougall, Yasmin Collin, Vicky Atkinson. Hey, Brisa. Brisa's here. Emily Molina, Tabitha Kelly, Jazzy G, Marion. Hi, Marion. Hi, Mabry. Hey, Kayla. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So happy, so happy to see you guys know what to do. Um, I'm gonna just look at everybody who's on roll call and try to say hi to everyone. If I miss you, I'm sorry. Chloe, hi Chloe. Armenia, Jessica Cardenas, Lauren Rivera, Amber Crum, Sam Sladish, Destiny Thomas. Hey Destiny. Hey Victoria Pierce, representing our South School. All right, Brianna Sanchez, Chandler Porter, Marina Flagg. Good morning, Chandler. Miranda Hobbs, Crystal Hartman. Good morning, Joelle. Hi, Crystal. So excited to see you guys. Barbie. Hey, Barbie. Carmen Pacheco. Sarina Tejarina. Rosie Springer. All my girls in the house. There's Ava Mueller. So, as you guys are clocking in this morning, let me just kind of start off by letting you know my scent for today is the sweet orange and mint. This is a different brand. I got this one from Target, and it's called the 62 Project is the name of it, but it's pretty good, pretty concentrated, but not as concentrated as a pure oil. So I think it has a little bit of a additive or carrier oil to it. All right, look at you guys. Rihanna Garcia, Lauren Garbedian, Gabs Garcia. So happy to see you guys this morning. Alina Frias. Hi, Marie Lord. South Campus. See a lot of North School, but not a lot of South School. So hopefully we'll have you guys in person soon. I'm hearing through the grapevine we might be opening up slowly, but I'm not going to get my hopes up just yet. I'm going to just pray for the time and make sure that it's right. Want to get ahead of myself. So as we're getting started, and I'm saying hello to you guys. Hi, Lindy. Just want to let you know that right now is just a time to center yourself. It can get really, really easy for us to lose our wits. That's kind of an old school term, but to get nervous, to get panicky. I myself had a little bit of a little panic attack, and I noticed that that's happening to a lot of my friends and family. So, what I want to say to you guys and everyone that I love and my students and that love me is just remember all you can do is live every day as it comes to you. And you have to be present in the now. So your attitude has to be, the past is the past and the future hasn't happened yet. So if you spend your time worrying about the future and getting yourself all worked up about what has not happened, then you're going to waste a lot of that good, wholesome, therapeutic time that's the now. Just like you're with me right now, watching this video. This is your safe place. This is your focus. So if you do that more in your life and not worry so much about future problems or past issues, then you can live in the now. And that's sort of like the spiritual, like centeredness place to be at all times. It's hard for us because we've got a lot of people that, we have to worry about. But yes, the now is this moment. So every chance you get to live in that moment, every chance you take away from that by thinking about the future and worrying about what's going to happen or the past or somebody being mad at you, you're not living in the now. So take that moment today, sometime today. I challenge you guys, that's your homework, to just focus on something that's happening presently at that moment and just be in that moment for an hour, for 30 minutes, for 10 minutes. Just do that for yourself today. I've been doing that, and I'm telling you right now, it has helped me. Yes, y'all need it. I'm preaching. It's not Sunday, but hallelujah. So that's how I'm living these days. Okay, so y'all want to hear my one lame joke that I came up with? I'm priding myself on my own lame jokes, but this is about nails. This is our last little Quizlet. You guys, this is for your notebook compilation. So make sure that you have the worksheet. If you don't, just write down the notes. Okay. You're going to turn everything in once we get back, and it's going to count as your theory grade and your participation in all of your hours that you have managed to get. All right. So y'all ready? Okay. Here's my joke. It is lame, but it is funny. What did the real nail say to the acrylic nail? What did the real nail, that means like the real fingernail that grows, what did the real nail say to the acrylic nail? Emily Molina. Emily's got a good one. You're fake. No, that's not the answer, but that's a good one. Oh my gosh. All right. So what did the real nail say to the acrylic nail? Victoria said I may be sensitive, but you're fake. That's a good answer. Okay. Don't fall off. Oh my God. We're both nails. Y'all are so funny. Okay. Here's my answer. Okay. So what did the real nail say to the acrylic nail? There's nothing like the real thing on a bed. That was my late joke. Get it? Real thing, nail bed. Oh, okay. There's nothing like the real thing on a bed. I don't know. You take that the way you want to take it. I thought it was funny, and I came up with it myself. So I'm popping my collar for that one. That was funny, right? Okay. Ready for the work? All right. So while you guys are laughing at me, I'm going to put my whiteboard up. We're going to go through the Quizlet. I'm going to give you guys the answer. There is a portion of this worksheet, and when we get to it, I'll give you guys a chance to work on it, that actually your participation or whatever you write down, and we're just going to ask for a few of the answers. You can write the answers if you have the actual sheet that was given to you you should have got it a few minutes ago. Or you can write part of the answer, part of the question shorthanded and then the answer. So you can't, I guess you could just write down the answers, Tabitha, and get the sheet later if you want to fill it in. But however y'all have to do it, let's just get it done. Okay? Your participation is going to count too, so I'm sure Wendy's going to say, oh, well, baby girl, you can have the grade as long as you participated. All right, so here we go. And I'm going to try to write as big as possible. Get around here. Get my little board. Hopefully you guys can see her. Okay, so we're going to do the Quizlet. And as you guys can see, this is a series of worksheets that was compiled by Wendy. It's just a series of questions and technical knowledge or technical terms, excuse me, that you're going to have to know for state board for your written. Nail techs, you guys need to pay close attention because a lot of this is state board. So we're just going to go page by page because she kind of did like a puzzle where she took different uh, information from different sources. So some of these answers are going to be new to you. You did not get them in earlier lives and segments or the worksheets. So we'll make sure to flag those because, good learning is everything. So the first one we're going to do is that Quizlet page, which is, we're just going to call it page number 1. That's going to be the Quizlet. And for those of you that don't know what Quizlet is like a little website where you can go and test your knowledge on the cosmetology course, nail tech course, just little quizzes. I think you have to pay for them. Not sure about that. Maybe you guys can answer that. Okay, so I'm going to just read the question. I'm going to put the number up and then I'm going to write the answer next to the number. I'm not going to write the question. So if you don't have the worksheet or the handout, just try to take notes as best you can, or just write the answers down and then go back to the live or get the worksheet emailed to you and fill in the blanks. Okay, so the first one is major illness or injury that has traumatized the body, such as pneumonia, adverse drug reaction, surgery, heart failure, massive injury, and high fever. Number 1 is going to be Bowes lines. And we learned about that briefly in our last segment. Stay still, board. Bowes lines. And if you can't read my handwriting, just let me know. Okay? Let's see. Oh, yes. I love a billion flashcards, Victoria. I love to teach. I'm such a nerd. And I want to make sure that all of my learners, because I have visual learners that need it written down for them. And that's how I'm a visual learner and I'm a hands-on learner. Okay, so number 1 was Bowes lines. Number 2, inflammation of the matrix with shedding. That means infection. Whenever you see the word inflammation, automatically you know that's not something we can treat. But that, number 2, is going to be onychia. Onychia is an inflammation of the matrix with shedding. Number 3, edges of the nail plate that curl around to form the shape of a trumpet or cone around the free edge. We didn't really mention this one a lot, but hopefully nail techs, you guys, and it's called a pincher nail or trumpet nail. It's actually a form of an ingrown nail. It's probably the most painful one because of how curved that nail grows into the skin. So it's also called trumpet nail, pincher nail, pincer. It's spelled pincer, but I think it's pronounced pincher. Number 4, vertical lines running the length of the natural nail plate, usually related to normal aging. That is going to be your furrows. Because remember, we had corrugations. Corrugations are horizontal lines. The way you can remember that is a rug lies across the floor, horizontal. Furrows are like cornrows or rows of corn or braids. So rows run vertically. That's anyway the way I remembered it. I'm looking at y'all's answer. What Quizlet are we working on? We're working on the one you got probably early this morning, Marie. If you didn't get that email because when it came to me the first time it was blank, we have it and you could just email Katie or you could just write down the answers and then fill them in later. I'm just giving you the answers to it. Okay, so 1, Bowes lines, 2, onychia, 3, pincher nails, 4, furrows. Let's see. Oops, I thought she asked. Oh. I'm looking. Quizlet, 5 written questions. Okay, number 5. Thin, flexible, and can curve over the free edge. It was cut off it just says and can curve over the free edge, but it's supposed to say thin, flexible, and can curve over the free edge. And this is eggshell nails. And these nails do not have strength to them. They're very, very spongy, if that's a good word to use. And they tear instead of break. Most nails break or chip. These nails have a tendency to tear. They don't grow very long. It's one of the disorders you're going to learn. And usually polish helps. If you do like keep those nails polished, it'll strengthen them and help them grow a little bit. But eggshell nails. Usually a nervous condition too. Some medications will cause it. All right. So the next one is a matching. And I'm going to write down, again, I'm going to write the whole question. All right. I'm just going to write down 1 through 5. So this is our matching part. Number 1 is going to be B. And the word is onychogryposis. Can anyone remember? I feel like it was just yesterday that I taught you that onychogryposis. Y'all know what that is? If you do, just put it in the live chat. Just waiting, maybe not. Okay. I'm looking and see some of you. Okay, y'all got it? Okay. So onychogryposis, that's the G. Y'all remember what it was? No? Thickening of the nail, claw nails. Miles Kirsten, yes. Yes, onychosis is thickening of the nail plate, claw nails. Very good. Number 2 is C, onychophosis. Number 3 is going to be A, onychomycosis. Or onychomycosis. Can you remember what this one was? Ring around the roses. Wendy sang it to you guys. That's how I remembered it too, because this is ringworm. So ringworm of the nail. All right, number 4. If I'm going too fast, I'll leave it up for a bit so you can write it down. Number 4 is going to be D, and that's onychoptosis. I'm sorry, yes, onychoptosis. Hope these are getting into your head. You're going to see these on it, and you're going to remember Ani, and you're going to know it has something to do with nails. So make sure, even if you don't remember, I know this is a lot of information, at least you are recognizing the words. Okay? And last one, number 5, is E, and that's in the matching, and this is onycholysis. Anybody remember that? Loosening or separation of the nail plate. Doesn't fall off, but it just loosens it. It doesn't stay attached to the nail bed. Alexis Cisneros. Whoa, she brought a printer and a scanner. All right, Alexis. You go, girl. I wish I had one. Make this so much easier, but I kind of like doing it old school. Okay, so that was the matching. We're going to go on to the next part of that excuse me, sheet. Okay, so then there's a series of questions. It's not necessarily the Quizlet, so I'm just going to write questions. All right, so number one, should not receive services. Instead, client should be referred to a physician. Number one is going to be B. A client whose nail or skin is infected, inflamed, or swollen. Broken or swollen. So number one for the questions, that's after the matching, should not receive services. Instead, client should be referred to a physician. They're asking you to give the right, correct answer, and that is a client B. That's a client whose nail or skin is infected, inflamed, broken, or swollen. Number two, excuse me, a type of highly curved nail plate, often caused by injury to the matrix. And that's going to be B, plicature nail. Let me spell that for you guys. This is also known as a folded nail. Okay, instead of a curve, it actually looks like, if you look at a staple, like head on, it's a plicature nail. So it's squared, but it's also ingrown. So that's B. Plicature nail. Number two is B. Number three, whitest discoloration of the nails usually caused by injury to the matrix area, also called white spots. Did y'all get that one? Yes, A. Leukonychia. And sometimes it's spelled with a K. I'm just going to spell it like the book spells it. Thanks so much. Okay. So number three is A, leukonychia. Two is B, and number one is B. Number four, reddened patches of small blisters, slight or severe itching. Y'all should know this one. It's going to be blisters and itching. That's going to mean tinea. So for C, tinea, what is another name for tinea? No, because you guys are smart. What's another name for tinea? Tinea is also known as ringworm. Right, Tabby? Tab this quick, so y'all gotta get those answers up there. All right, number five. We talked about this in my last live. Redness, swelling, pain, plus the 6 signs of infection. Right here, we only have 4, but number 5, redness, pain, swelling, or pus is C, an infected finger. And it could be the fingernail, it could be the skin, under the hyponychium, the free edge. If it's infected, if it hurts, if there's pus, if there's pain, we cannot treat an infected finger no matter what. Sometimes the client might insist on it, but we are not able to treat any type of nail disease. Even if you're a nail technician and you've graduated the course, it is not advisable, especially in a beauty school setting, to treat any type of nail disease. And anytime you see tinea, infection, fever, redness, pus, just assume that you can't do the service. All right, the next one is your true false. Going true, false. I'm going to just do T or F. 1, 2. Okay. Depressions in the nail that run lengthwise or across the nail result from illness, injury, or stress. Pregnancy. Is it called furrows? True or false? Yes. True. Number 1 is true. 2, forward growth of the cuticle is called pterygium. T or F? True. Number 3, wavy ridges caused by uneven nail growth, usually the result of illness or injury. Onychotrophia. True or false? Ooh, Victoria Pierce. False. Okay, so what is it called? Wavy ridges caused by uneven nail growth as a result of illness. What is it called? It's not onychotrophia. It is... Y'all know? False, 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 false. It's called furrows. I'm going to write that. That's the name for it. Okay, so number 4. Any deformity disease of the natural nails is called onychosis. True or false? T or F? Okay. Very true. Right? Any deformity, disease, condition, disorder is called onychosis of the natural nails, not anything else. Natural nails. All right? So true or false? TFT. Number 5. Y'all can see? Okay. Number 5, abnormal conditions that occurs when the skin is stretched by the nail plate, usually caused by serious injury or allergic reaction. Nail psoriasis. It is not the answer. It is false. So number 5 is false. F. Can anybody tell me what abnormal conditions occur when the skin is stretched by the nail plate, usually caused by serious injury or allergic reaction? Is kind of forward growth of the skin with the nail plate is called pterygium. Pterygium. All right, I'm going to erase. And we're going to go back to our Quizlet. There's another Quizlet. There's a series of 5 questions. Number 1, periodic shedding of one or more of the nails. Did you guys get that answer? Periodic shedding of one or more of the nails. Is onychoptosis. If you got that one, you are correct for number 1. Hopefully you got this one early and you filled in the answers and just kind of quizzed yourself on what you learned from this chapter, because this is kind of a wrap up of it all. All right, number 2, what is the term for bitten nails? You got onychophagy, you are correct. Onychophagy is bitten nails. It's a nervous condition. It's an oral habit. Number 3, condition in which the eponychium or other living tissue surrounding the nail becomes split or torn. That's going to be your agnail. Another term for agnail is hangnail. It's actually not a nail, it is actually a torn part of the cuticle that feels hard like a nail. Number 4, go ahead and omit number 4 because it was asking for the grit of something and I did not have the answer to that. So let's omit number 4, unless Neltex, you know the answer and you can fill in. Go to number 5, vertical lines running the length of the natural nail plate, usually related to normal aging. Number 5 is vertical lines running the length of the nail plate, usually related to normal aging, is called furrows. Yes, that was so good. I know I keep repeating this, but if you didn't get the Quizlet or the sheet, just write these answers down and you can fill them in later. I'm all about the learning today. Because I realize that some people can't come to class every day. And that's why Wendy likes to reiterate a lot of this because she's thinking about everybody. She's thinking about the ones who miss, the ones who are busy, the ones who have children. And she doesn't want anybody to miss out on the information. So if it seems like we're being repetitive, that's for a reason. And that's for every single one of you to have the opportunity to get this information and learn it while you're at home and you have a lot of time to study, because this is going to help you in such a huge way when you take your state board written. So I promise you, this is all worth it. All right? Okay. So we have another matching for the next one. All right, matching. And there's going to be 5. So I'm going to number 1 is going to be B, agnails. Number 2, here's that word again, E, eggshell nails. Number 3 is D, and this is a new word for you guys. The word is Pseudomonas aeruginosa. So I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to move it down because I need more space. And this is an actual, I think, a fungus that gets under the nail. So it's spelled P-S-E-U-D-O. Pseudomonas aeruginosa. You guys might want to Google that to see what that's caused by, because I'm not sure, but I know that it's a fungus. So that's D, Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Number 4 is C, trumpet nails or pincher nails. Number 5 is going to be A, blue nails. Blue nails can appear purple or blue, sometimes even black. It's a sign of poor circulation or some kind of heart condition. And that could be in the toenails as well as the hands. Hopefully you can read my handwriting. It looks messy on the screen. All right. I'm going to erase the matching. And you guys were almost done. Well, not almost, but half the way done. Next one is just questions. So I'm going to put questions. This is a good worksheet to turn in, especially if you haven't been able to take any of the notes. If you've been busy, this is a good little recap. So the number one, again, I'm just writing the answers, not the question and answer. Overgrowth and thickness of the nail caused by local infection, internal imbalance, or maybe hereditary. Did y'all get that one? So number one is going to be C, onychosis. It's also called hypertrophy. It's like an overgrowth of the nail plate where the nail becomes thick. Sometimes when you cut it, it will crumble because of the thickness. Number two is firm and flexible and should be shiny and slightly pink in color, more yellow tones in some races. And number two is A. This is a normal, healthy nail. Also, the plate will be not hard and brittle, but it'll be flexible, but with strength. You can tell what healthy nails look and feel like. All right, number three, darkening of the fingernails or toenails may be seen as a black band under or within the nail plate, extending from the base to the free edge. Did y'all get that one? Let me see what y'all got, because I got my own answer. Let me see. Very good. D, melanonychia. Y'all did your homework. Y'all are so smart. Okay, number four, visible depressions running across the width of the nail plate. And these are going to be B, and they're going to be called Bowes lines. Next ones. This is going to be our true or false part. I'm just going to write true. I'm not going to write the answer out. T or F. And we have 1 through 5. Okay. Number one, major illness or injury that has traumatized the body, such as pneumonia, adverse drug reaction, surgery, heart failure, massive injury, and high fever, is Bowes lines. True or false? I missed a question. Which question was that? Oh, visible depressions, Bowes lines, number 5. Oh, did I? We skipped number 5. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see. Did I skip number 5? Oh, I did. Is number 5 a condition that affects the surface of the natural nail? Oh, no, that's the true or false. Hold on. Ooh, I did skip number 5. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll look back because I wrote it down, but I don't know what I did with it. So if you guys want to write the answer to number 5 is A, okay, perfect. Sorry, that was number 5 on the last one, right before the true or false. So number 5 is A. I skipped that one. Good catch, you guys. Get your lives, get your education. All right. So we're at our true or false. For those of you that are tuning in a little bit later, I'm just going through the worksheet that you had in your email. It's just like a Quizlet, kind of a test over everything you've learned, a little bit of notebook work that you're going to need. So we're at the true or false. Thank you, you guys. Number 5 is A. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. All right. So number 1 on true or false, major illness or injury that has traumatized the body, such as pneumonia, adverse drug reaction, surgery, heart failure, massive injury, and high fever. Is it Bose lines, true or false? Yes, true. Excellent. Number 2, increased crosswise curvature throughout the nail plate. Is it tile-shaped nails? Crosswise curvature. Is it true or false? Yep, true. Very good. Number 3, forward growth of the cuticle. Is it the right answer? Pterygium? Pterygium? True. Excellent. Number 4, the separation and falling off of the nail from the nail bed can occur on fingernails and toenails. Is that onychomatosis? That's a new one. We didn't teach you guys about that one, but this is the separation and falling off. So remember we had onycholysis, which is the separation but not shedding. Okay, and then we had the falling off of the nails, but this is on the toes and the fingernails. So is onychomatosis the right one? Yes, true. Number 4 is true. Number 5, condition that affects the surface of the natural nail plate, causing it to appear rough and pitted, as well as causing the reddish spots on the nail bed, and onycholysis, which is loosening of the nail plate. That's a nail psoriasis. True or false? Number 5. Nail psoriasis. Oh, true or false? Y'all got false. False. Actually, it's true. It's a psoriasis of the nail. It's a condition, you guys. That is the key word in that whole little paragraph. It's not a disease. If it was a disease, it would be a ringworm. It is similar, and the traits and some of the descriptions are a lot similar, but it is a condition. Okay, so it is nail psoriasis. It's almost like psoriasis of the skin, but it's just under your nail. All right. So let's go ahead and get to our Quizlet. I got the true and false. Hopefully you have the worksheet in your email. If not, again, don't worry about it. We're just doing this together as a family. The Quizlet portion is also going to have 5. So the first one is visible depressions running across the width of the natural nail plate, usually a result of major illness or injury that has traumatized the body. Here's that word again, Bose lines. Now, it's important to remember that there are certain environmental causes as well for ridges that are going across, which are corrugations. But Bose lines are underneath the nail. They're in the nail plate, but they're underneath the nail, and they usually stem from an injury or something systemic. Okay, so number 1 is Bose lines. Number 2, trumpet nail, increased crosswise curvature throughout the nail plate. This may curl inside or at the ends of the nail. You guys remember what this one's called? Pincer nail. Number 3, tiny pits or severe roughness on the surface of the nail plate. Okay, this is another definition of nail psoriasis because it just doesn't affect the underneath, it affects on top. So we have that. All right, number 4, vertical lines running the length of the nail plate that are caused by uneven growth of the nails, usually the result of normal aging, is called furrows or ridges. For furrows or ridges. And then 5 is a true or false. It's just kind of asking you, cosmetologists can refer to a physician, but cannot treat infections because they are not licensed to do so. Is that true or false? True. And that just doesn't go for nail techs. That goes for cosmetologists, estheticians. If you see some kind of condition that involves infection or something that's not treatable by us, you can definitely refer them to a physician, especially if you're not sure. All right. You're almost done, kids. To the finish line now. So this is another question, and then you're gonna have your 1 through 8 self-work. I'm just gonna read those, and then you guys can work on those after. So this is your questions. Blue or purple nail bed, usually from poor circulations. That's gonna be D, blue nails. Number 1, sorry. Number 2, physical trauma or injury to the nail bed that damages the capillaries and allows a small amount of blood flow. We gave you another term, but this one is a different one. This is one of the new ones. You want to probably do a little asterisk or star. This one is called a splinter hemorrhage. A splinter hemorrhage is different from a blood clot trapped under the nail. It is actually a smaller amount of blood flow that gets trapped. The capillaries burst, usually from injury or trauma, and it doesn't bleed as bad, I guess. It just depends, but that's a splinter hemorrhage. We didn't talk a lot about those. And they just look like tiny little purple lines. Number 3 is a 1 through 8. This is your self-work. So there's 1 through 8 questions that Wendy asked, or that we're asking you to answer, or Wendy's asking, which I think are great questions because it gives you a chance to put in your own words what you've learned. So that's going to be for your participation. You can do that after the live. Then you'll have a chance to turn that in. And then we're going to do our last couple of true and false, and then we're done. So the 1 through 8 answer given, these are just a series of questions, and you don't have to number them. You can just put A, B, C, D like I did. In what situation? So there's question A. And question A is going to ask, in what situation should a nail service not be performed? And then you give the answer to that. B is, can a cosmetologist or nail technician treat an ingrown toenail if there's no sign of pus or discharge? And then you're going to explain why that's able to be done and the differences between the reasons why you wouldn't. Number C, or letter C, excuse me. Can a cosmetologist offer treatment advice for a client who has developed a nail infection? You're going to say yes or no to that one. You can say why, or just answer yes or no. And then D is name 8 nail disorders, and that's the 1 through 8, nail disorders, and describe their appearance. So what you're going to do is just go back through your notes and list your nail disorders. So the one that A, B, C, and D, there's a 1 through 8 self-study that you're going to have to do on your own. You can do that again right after we're done. We're almost done. We're about 10 minutes out. I'm going to give you the last true and false. If you guys have a hard time just answering them, go back to your books. Refer to your notes. Don't just guess at the answer and not educate yourself. So hopefully this is a nice little education. So do that self-work. Make sure you give 8 nail disorders and just a brief description of their appearance. Okay? True, false. Number 1, I'm just going to write the TRF. True. Last one, so I'm going to write it big. True, false. All right, number 1, lifting of the nail plate from the nail bed without shedding, usually beginning at the free edge and continuing toward the lanula. Is that onycholysis? True or false? I see only 4 questions. Okay. Yeah, it's 4, but the 1 through 8, I'm sorry. The 1 through 8 is the disorders that you're going to name in the definition. Sorry. Yes, you're not going to turn this in. This is not for turning in. This is for your notes. So you don't have to turn this into anyone right now. You just have to have it for your notebook whenever you return to school. Aw, see? Wendy loves y'all. Okay, true or false? Number 1, onycholysis is true. That is the name of the lifting of the nail plate from the nail bed without shedding. Number 2, warm, moist, dark areas. And it's asking what conditions do fungus or fungi organisms favor growth? And that is the truth. Warm, dark areas. Moist, where there's moisture, it can grow and multiply. Number 3, one of several common bacteria that can cause infection. Knowing about it can help prevent the spread of infections from client to client. Which one is that one? Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Is that true or false? Oh, Miles, you said it's false. True. That's true. Okay, 4. Inflammation of the matrix is called onychosis. Inflammation of the matrix is called onychosis. You know your terminology. You know that that's false. Onychosis is thickening of the nail plate. Hypertrophy. Onychia is inflammation of the matrix. Let's go ahead and do our final one, number 5. Condition caused by injury, heredity, or previous nail disease. Is that nail psoriasis? Oh, no, it's false. Any condition caused by injury, heredity, that's called nail disorder or onychosis. It's not nail psoriasis. So number 5 is false. 1, 2, and 3 are true. 4 and 5 are false. Hopefully you have that worksheet so that you can fill it out. If you don't worry. Make notes. Look at all my notes. I keep showing you guys my notes. I write all this down, not just to teach it. It's just because it's interesting. And so I can learn it. And then next time, I can test you guys personally, one-on-one, face-to-face. All right. So hope everybody had a wonderful morning. You guys have a nice little dose of chemistry coming your way, which I feel like is a very interesting subject to teach. I myself am not well versed in it, but hopefully I'll learn a lot from you guys. Let's go ahead and do a final roll call. And I'm going to say goodbye to Jazzy and April Grant, Lauren Rivera, Christy Acevedo, Joelle. Bye, Chloe. Bye, Brenna. Bye, Sam. Bye, Kayla. Bye, Valerie. Bye, Victoria. Thank you so much. Bye, Miles. Bye, Nick D. You're welcome. Bye, Brenna. I miss you guys. Hopefully, you will have a wonderful rest of your day and learn a lot of things. Remember what I said about being in the now. Don't worry about anything but what's going on at the present. Do that for at least 1 hour today and center yourself. Yes. Bye, Stacy. Bye, you guys. All right. Nice to be with you this morning. I'm so glad we had this time together. Bye, Kylie. Bye, Barbie. Bye, Brisa. You're welcome so much. You guys are always welcome. All right. End stream.